What's good? All right, welcome back to the channel. Let's chop it up, man. Let's chop it up. Hold on one second. Should have a good conversation going on today. Yes, sir. I won't catch a lot. What's going on? Drink more water. Terence Gooch. What's going on, man? Mr. Manuela. Thurman gets mauled by Spence. Body's too fragile. I don't know, man. I think so. But look, man, before we get into it, we'll wait for people to go on, man. I see that Trill's running late again, so people will start coming in here in a quick second once they wrap up. But I want to talk about a couple things today. This is not going to all be a boxing conversation. Sat back and watched a whole lot of stuff that was going on yesterday. I swear, man, apologists and me do not get along at all, man. Goodness gracious. But before we get into that, we'll talk about just boxing in general. I overheard something was really interesting, man. Shout out to my man, Cali Enigma, that sent me. This isn't in the title of the things that we're going to discuss, but I watched a video today. Actually, it was a 3-part video, and it was from a channel called, we did a really good job on this. Oh, here it goes. The Dark Horse Boxing. They did a series on series response on something. What's going on, TJ Sports? Ron Finkley, what's good, man? Porter must have got hit in the head too many times by Spence. Yeah, he's a wild boy. But yeah, he thinks he's a star, man. He's a star. You don't need to fight Terence Crawford, huh? Crazy. But anyway, man, he wrote this comment. He did this video, this 3-part series called Broke With You. And he broke down this live stream that I didn't see take place, but it must have been on one of these channels. It was Michelle Joy Phelps, Radio Raheem, the dude from IFL TV, and I think maybe Marcos Villegas doing a whole lot of complaining about YouTube channels getting access to fighters. Look, man, dude, that's just what it is. It was crazy listening to these people have this cry fest about that. Like, dude, that's the world we live in, man. You start off doing something, you're the hottest thing on the scene. People start watching you, see what you're doing, and then they say, hey, I want to compete with that. So they start going to the fights because you've shown them that that there's a way to make money doing it. And that's what happens, dog. And if you don't stay on top of your game, continually switching things up, dude, people are gonna catch up to you. It's just what it is, man. And to call for like fighters, PR people not to give fight credentials to small YouTube channels. It's like, man, we're talking real crazy. You know what I mean? Shit's hard on everybody out here, man. Ronald Jones, salute to the chat, salute to the mighty LDBC. Yes, sir. Get yourself an LDBC. Michelle, get yourself an LDBC. Get yourself a group of people that are going to support you because of you and not necessarily support you because you're covering a fighter. That's the weakness to their methodology, man. It really is. I personally don't see where you get that much bang for your buck off of interviewing fighters to begin with. Unless you're trying to work for a promotional company, right? Kind of like, or a network like DAZN and call those fights. Porter must got hit in the head. Salute, yep. All right, man. So we running in here slowly. Fanon, salute to the chat. Yes, sir. Salute to y'all. What's going on, Georgia Peach in the building? Hey, I got to get back. Hey, Georgia Peach, I haven't seen you on Twitter in a while. I got to get back. Let me go over. Actually, you know what? Let me look at this from a different viewpoint, where I can see these things, so I can see these things coming in real time. All right, here you go. All right, got it. Yeah, I haven't seen you over there in a minute, man. Maybe I just haven't been active enough over there on Twitter. Ron Jones, yeah, smash the like button. Yeah, man, slash the like button, man. Most of the people will be here in a minute, man, and we'll start jumping on the conversation. Georgia say, yeah, Georgia Peach, yes, sir. I'm here. Glad to catch you during my lunch break. Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, this show didn't used to be after a lunchtime show, a show that takes place in a lot of people people's lunches, but it's really good to do it. Big Dog Willie says, D, daily affirmation, fuck Dillian White. Yes, sir, man. I'm 100% with you on that. So I guess we're at where we need to be, man. What's going on, Woolbag? How you feeling? Jeff, the producer, salute to you, man. What's going on? So all right, let's get to the gist of this. Shawn Porter thinks, man, I like Shawn Porter, but something about Shawn Porter and the way that he views himself, man, it just really throws me off. What's going on? What's going on, Woolbag? I thought I said what's up. Gladden Dunham III says, sounds like Porter envious of Spence. Some of the things he's been saying about Errol, shake my head, specifically after he clearly lost again. Yeah, the problem is he doesn't think that he lost, Gladden Dunham. He doesn't think that he lost. And I think that he also really has a very high viewpoint on himself as a top level welterweight, because just the way that he talks about Deathly Hollow. I like that name, Deathly Hollow. That's a Harry Potter fan right there. Which Deathly Hollow are you? What were the 3 Deathly Hollows? There was the invisibility cloak. I'm going to nerd out for a second. The invisibility cloak. There was the ring, and there was the wand. Yes, sir. The Elder Wand, that Voldemort's ring, and that invisibility cloak. Those are the Deathly Hollows. Just so y'all know. That's why I'm a super nerd. I know it. I know y'all ain't. He said, laugh my ass off. Wow, dog. That's what it is. That's the Deathly Hollows, right? Yep. Hey, dude. Yeah, Deathly Hollows said I'm impressed. Yeah, I damn near had the Harry Potter books memorized, man. I read them shits like a bunch of times as I was saying, because I had young kids at the time. So, and we still watch all the Harry Potter movies, like, even though we've seen them all 100 times, me and my son and my daughter will sit down and watch them and critique them versus the books. Yeah, we have all kind of good nerdy fun with Harry Potter, man. And at the end of the day, just say that shows diversity. Tell them for not. Yeah. I mean, yeah, I've seen it. And just so you know, Nova Vibes, salute, man. I discovered your channel and sub. You are usually freaking accurate. Hey, it's my opinion, dude. I'm pretty accurate. Sometimes people don't like when it goes the other way, man. What's going on, American Patriot? Oh, man, cool. People are starting to show up. That's nice. I appreciate that. It's always good. My mom hated Harry Potter. She was like witchcraft. Man, that shit ain't witchcraft. I mean, yeah, it is. It's about witchcraft, but dude, your mother must have been a Christian, right? Your mother must be a hardcore Christian. Every time I heard that, I would say, what do you think it is if a man can turn water to wine? If a man can turn water to wine and he can feed 5,000 people, and he can feed 5,000 people on a loaf of bread, and he can come back from the dead and heal the blind, what would you call him? That seems kind of wizardish, isn't it? Oh, motherfuckers come shooting you if you said that. Dog, that's exactly what's going on. Drew Titan in the building. I straight out of Florida said I had all the books. Yeah, them shits was good. Hey, y'all motherfuckers missed out on that shit because people thought that was a kid story. That shit was not a kid story. And the books are always better than the movies, man. The books are always better than the movie. I can't say a mate of any incident where I read the book and it was better than the movie. Unless it was like the Star Wars books or some shit, where it really was the book was made out of the movie. But if it goes the other way around, dog, the books are better than the movie. Shawn hurt from that loss. Hell yeah, he hurt. Because he thought he was close till his ass got dropped. Booyah! He got hit with that yak. He dropped, dog. Hey, I know he feels like shit. I got dropped. Could you see all like, oh man, I got dropped. I lost the fight. It was too close. You got dropped, homie. Errol pulled that shit. Yeah, yak. So what? Yak. You say what you want about the yak. about how Terence Crawford is smarter and all that. Yet, Justin State to get my cash. If you had one superpower, what would it be and why? If I had one superpower, I would have the ability to make any woman extremely horny for me just by touching her hand. That was the superpower I wanted when I was young. Because I'd be like, damn, if I could do that, I could snatch anything. All I'd have to do is get close enough to shake her hand. Hey, nice to meet you. Ooh. That would be my superpower. Fuck all the flying and all that shit. Don't need to fly. Somebody shoot you down. But that type of shit, photographic memory, nah, dude, I want to forget shit. American Patriot. Hey, Michelle Carcer, much love in that super chat. Thank you so much for your support. Professor X, nah, I don't want to know what's in y'all motherfuckers' heads. Hell no. You got, who knows? You'll be walking down the street and people will be thinking some super crazy shit. And you'd have to hear that shit? No, thank you. All these perverted motherfuckers around here, I do not want to know shit they thinking. All I want to be able to do is I would never starve with the talent that I just laid out. I turn the whole world black if I had one superpower. Oh, wow. I would do that. I would do that. If I had a choice to hit, all right, everybody on the planet has to have really black skin, I would go right away. Beep! And motherfuckers all be waking up. Everybody wake up looking like Wesley Snipes in this bitch. Right now. Make everybody do it. Exactly. Or selective. Ooh, do it selectively. Like I could do it to Paulie Malignaggi. Like if I could just make Paulie Malignaggi black. Ding! Oh, I would throw it on their asses quick. That shit. I'd throw it on their ass quick. Boop. Woolbag says Spence Porter 2 most likely not going to happen. Not at least at 147. No, it's not going to happen because Errol Spence ain't going back. Errol Spence Jr., I think his days of being like recklessly brave, I think that shit, he might be like, hey, I got these 2 belts. Yeah, whoo, Shawn was a little close call. I gotta go to winning these boxing matches, dog, because I gotta get this dough. You know what I mean? Damn, Justin State to get my cash said for 9 would be to teleport anywhere I want. That would be dope. That would be. Absolutely. But what if you were trying to teleport somewhere and you didn't know what was there? And like you were like, yeah, let me go in, the house is on fire or some shit. Could you get out? That's a good question, though. I appreciate that question. Stanley Brown, salute for 9 and LDBC. Smash the like button. Yes, sir. And thank you to the. Hey, you guys are really changing. You guys are really changing, putting pressure on these channels, dog. Whoa, the LDBC putting some serious pressure on y'all. Serious pressure. Because, like I said, the big boxing channels on YouTube, the big ones, you know, the big ones. I told you about that big one shit, but the big ones, the videographers, the ones that go, well, not just the video, yeah, the ones that go to the fights, the IFL TV, Fight Hub, Seconds Out, and behind the gloves. Dog, they say it's tough. It's hard out there on them, man. It's hard on them. Hard on them. They don't want these small channels to be able to get access to these fighters. Because then you can just go a million different channels and get what the fighters have to say. Who would have thought? Who would have thunk it? Who would have thunk it? We are so thirsty for fights. ESPN may have an advantage. They can put together bum fights together faster and broadcast them. There'll be bum fights, though. A bum fight is a bum fight, dude. Bum fight is a bum fight. You're not going to drive a whole lot of interest in a bum fight. You'll be sitting there watching a bum fight. You know, we ain't that pressed for entertainment. You can go check. I mean, I think that for boxing, hardcore boxing fans will probably watch. You know, Cool, but as soon as a better quality fight comes up, they're going to watch that. I believe if Porter doesn't keep throwing shots at Spence, he's not on anyone's radar. Dude, he could get completely on everybody's radar if you fight Terence Crawford. Jeez, boy, just fight Terence. I don't mean to call you a boy. Sorry about that. He's a father. He's a father, husband and a father, and a champion. So I didn't mean to call him boy. Please forgive me. However, God, dog, will you just fight Terence Crawford? Make a push to fight Terence Crawford. If he makes a push to fight Terence Crawford, his name's going to be all over ESPN. ESPN is something that helps sell the fight, and it helps sell Terence Crawford's fight. Shawn Porter's big enough a star to make that fight work, man. And that's big enough of that's a questionable enough fight to really get the attention of all the hardcore boxing fans. There ain't any hardcore boxing fans that wouldn't be amped about Terence Crawford versus Shawn Porter. I mean, not that I can see. Oh, Georgia P said that I enjoy the perspective from Fanon and the LDBC versus the mainstream media. That's because Georgia Peach, pretty much, you're listening to PR agents. When the mainstream media is basically boxing public relations specialists. That's what they're doing primarily. They're doing boxing public relations because they're giving you exactly what it is most times that the promoter wants the fighter to say to you. And they give that message out. Now, there are journalists, there are like writers that do a terrific job, with their research and, putting together books. I've, been really impressed with them. But, you're just getting what the boxers need to say. When you, like, for example, I'm going to tell you what the boxer says, but my main thing is I want to let you know what I think about it. You know what I mean? So we're going to try to have a conversation about the sport of boxing. That's the main thing with me. That's the thing that we really like about the live streams, because we really are chopping it up about the sport of boxing and calling it like you see it. There's a whole bunch of people, the old LDBC thing, where they really get on us. Most of that is because we're like a unique group in that we're very hardworking, like very, very consistent, a very consistent Black, independently, group of independent content producers, and the boxing and hardcore boxing fans that pay attention to boxing on a daily, not just on a daily basis. We've got thousands of fans that pay attention to it on an hourly basis. I mean, we really do talk to the most hardcore of hardcore boxing fans. And I think a lot of times, like the mainstream media, those guys are always out looking for the casual boxing fan. You know what I mean? So we take a lot, and they don't recognize the Black demographic, as being large. But dog, just listen to what just happened. And it tells you the difference between the demographic. I would believe that if you look at seconds out for sure, because that turned into a completely UK website. Like they don't even, it's like everything from Seconds Out, even though it's the United States. Isn't Seconds Out Radio Raheem? I think that's Seconds Out. But dang, everything in Seconds Out is about something going on in the UK. But anyway, it's not Black boxing fans. And I haven't heard any Black YouTube content creator thinking that they've had any drop off whatsoever because of this virus. We service a demographic in boxing that is underserved. And the mainstream media is the one underserving you, if that makes sense to you. Ronald Jones said, just rewatched Holyfield versus Kwawi 1 and 2, pure war in the ring. I don't think I've even actually seen those fights. Yeah, Juniper P says, agreed. Seconds Out seems to have been co-opted. Yeah, Seconds Out doesn't even doesn't really cover American fighters anymore. I guess because y'all call Radio Raheem a coon, He was like, fuck y'all. I ain't covering none of y'all. I'm going about my fucking business. Because y'all hate, because man, y'all be hating on Radio Raheem. Why y'all hate on Raheem like that? He's media relations. He's media relations. Oh, Derek Gardner, much love in the super chat. He said, let me get these going for the super chat. Thank you so much. He said, casuals don't spend on the sport. Nah, they don't. They don't. And they don't just, and they're not fun to talk to. Like, and they don't know what the fuck they're talking about. So you can't really be happy doing that. Like, for me, that's not a sustainable model for me, man. Because number one, I'm not going to be chasing around motherfuckers around with a camera. That's just not popping off. All right. It's not popping off. I am a recovering egomaniac, not completely recovered. Okay. And I ain't going to be the motherfucking one, dog. You can keep your subs and all that shit. I can't be chasing behind Erickson Lubin. That shit ain't happening, dude. Because, man, and you know what? I thought about doing it for a while till Robert Easter Jr. never returned my call. I was like, damn, I'm working hard as shit to try to get a meeting with Robert Easter Jr. I made 3, and for me, that's 3 phone calls. If I make 3 phone calls and I can't get you, fuck that. That's way too hard to work. So I was like, fuck that. I'm not gonna do that. That doesn't work for me. American Patriot 1776 said coffee time. That's what's up, man. What's going on, DOG 215? Boxing could be dead until like 21, 22. I don't think so. If it is dead, dog, we got worse problems to worry about than boxing, homie. But just keep talking about boxing. Dude, it's fun conversations, dude. We don't just, hey, man. Boxing is going to be good. I'm not worried about it. It ain't going to be as bad as from whenever it was Jack Johnson lost to Jess Willard till Joe Louis got a shot. How long they kept black folk out, dog? That was what, 20 years? From the mid-1910, like the mid-90s, like the second from what was like 1910, 1912, something like that, was probably around the time that Jack Johnson lost to Jack Dempsey held the belt. You know, pretty much the whole reign of Jack Dempsey, Jack Dempsey, Gene Tunney. Who else was there? Max Baer might have had a belt before Joe Louis too. Max Baer, what's the guy's name from Germany? You know, that time frame. Leslie Jackson said Wilder went in on Mike Tyson yesterday. What'd he say? Somebody tell me, Leslie Jackson, what did Deontay Wilder say about Mike Tyson? Man, Mike, that shit's dude. Mike Tyson. How sure that was old? You sure that was old? Oh, I would suspect that shit was old. You're talking about the things he said about him not supporting fighters and all that? That is old. But what they're doing with Deontay Wilder right now is they're rerunning all his bad press. That's what they're doing right now for Deontay Wilder. They're rerunning all his old press. Because the journalists, the written journalists, are having a hard time putting content out. So they figure, shit, we'll just shit on Deontay Wilder. We ain't got any real fights to talk about, so let's just bring up some old shit about Deontay Wilder and then give Tyson Fury awards. You know Tyson Fury got an award from the WBC? For a Heroes Award? They just gave that dude a Heroes Award. Tyson Fury. For exercising during the corona. Exercising during the corona. The fuck are you talking about? Wasn't Errol Spence Jr. and Derek James out in Dallas? There's a WBC champion, and they were out there in masks and shit, handing out to people food in Dallas. He didn't get no award. He didn't get no hero award. They just pushing out a lot of press for Tyson Fury. The marketing is full-fledged. Hey, we're going to get $200 million in our next contract. Man, for what, dude? For what? Because you fought on Deontay Wilder's pay-per-view? Fuck out of here, man. Water to students. Oh, yeah, taking waters to students. Thank you. Yeah, I'm sorry. I hope I wasn't dismissive. I knew they were taking something to somebody. And they had to wear gloves and all that crap. So, hey, let's get them all. Let's get them all awards. No, Wilder talking about Tyson, not all-time great because he hasn't fought. Oh, no, Wilder was talking about Tyson, not an all-time great because he hasn't fought many Hall of Famers. I thought that was David Hay that said something like that. But if he did say that, no, I mean, Mike Tyson's definitely a Hall of Famer. Mike Tyson's definitely, because no. You're saying, Tyson's not an all-time great. Oh, he's an all-time great, dog. Ain't nobody got any, he is. Off notoriety alone. Ain't three heavyweights that were bigger than Mike Tyson. Dude, Mike Tyson get more press now than all these fucking heavyweights. That's just crazy. Mike Tyson gets more press. That's why I'm saying this press is media relationships, man. Why are they 90%? Seems like half of the conversation coming out of the UK is about Mike Tyson. And the other half is about Deontay. The other is Deontay Wilder, Tyson Fury, and Anthony Joshua fighting Tyson Fury. But why is Mike Tyson still a centerpiece of conversations in boxing? When I went through my video, like what my videos were going to be for today, right? Which I do early, which I do in the morning and upload through the day. I was like, damn, this shit about Mike Tyson is just all over the place. I've been told you that if he fights anybody, it's going to be Tyson Fury. I've been told you. Remember, you heard that here first. And they just said the other day that that's what they were that's what they were considering doing. That makes sense. Tyson Fury, get Tyson. How can Tyson Fury become more famous? Beat another black man from America. Let's make it Mike Tyson. But Mike Tyson's a huge name. I mean, I didn't really say Black Samurai. I'm not saying Spence needs an award. I just thought it was like, dude, come on, man. Tyson Fury's under investigation, most likely by UCAD for falsifying testimony in a PED case. You know he is. You know. And you gave him an award for hero? Come on, man. You full of shit. You're full of the shit. You are seriously full of shit, dude. The best fights we get are secondary. Yeah. What do you guys think the top 5 fights are in boxing today? What did my girl say? Georgia Peach. Sounds like AI talking about practice. He exercising during COVID. The best fights are secondary because none of these fights today are doing shit. Oh, I mean, nobody can do anything right now. Deontay Wilder's trying to do shit. Deontay Wilder made heavyweight boxing exciting and gets crapped on for it. They're not even asking Deontay Wilder. Well, Deontay Wilder ain't talking. And you know why? That's why I believe he never said that shit. Because Deontay Wilder ain't been talking to them dudes since. And I don't think it's just not talking because he ain't the type of person to talk. I think that he's not talking because they lied on that dude on that helmet shit. Which I would like for him to get out there and say, hey, nah. I never said that shit. Nope. I know that most likely came out of the mind of JD's. Ali stops Mike. Yeah, I think it'd get him. Larry Holmes beat Ali and Tyson killed Holmes. So what? Worldwide exclusive? What's your point with that? Larry Holmes beat an Ali that had Parkinson's and was 38 years old, had been a professional fighter for like dang near 20 years, right? Had like a total of 18 title defenses. He's old. He had Parkinson's. He's old. It was 1980. He won the Olympics in 1964. It's a long ass time ago. So what? And then Tyson beat Holmes when Holmes was older. Holmes pretty much came out of a semi-retirement to fight Mike Tyson. All three of those guys are different eras of heavyweights. Ali is the 1960s. to the late 19s to the mid to late 1970s. Larry Holmes was mid to late 1970s or late 1970s through early 1980s. And Mike Tyson was early 1980s, was mid 1980s, being dominant all the way up to maybe 1990. Because I think it was 1990 that he lost to Buster Douglas. So he had a good 6 years of being, the man. So, and he knocked out he's got a lot of fights. So anyway, those are all different eras of people. So having these guys, talk about these guys, one guy beating the other, that's not the same thing as saying Anthony Joshua will beat Tyson Fury and Deontay Wilder will beat Anthony Joshua. And Tyson Fury beat Deontay Wilder. It's not the same thing. They're different eras. Yep, and 67 Ali was raw. That dude's raw. that was something. That's Muhammad Ali in 1967 was something to watch. Like, wow, what is this dude doing? People don't even look like that anymore. If Muhammad Ali wasn't on tape and somebody described what that dude could do in 1967, but you had never seen him fight before, you wouldn't even believe it. You would be like, he's 6'4". There's no way, man. This dude's so fast, it's crazy. Oh, by the way, for the real boxing fans out there, do this. Go to YouTube and look up the fight between Sam Langford and I think his name is Bill Lang. Whoever, it's it's in color. And what they did, somebody must have done is they must have fixed the frame rate on that tape to make it much smoother, right? To make it much smoother. Man, Sam Langford could fight, dude. That dude's hands were fast. That dude can crack, and his hands were very, very fast, man. It looked a lot more similar when they fixed the frame rates. It looks a lot more similar to like modern day boxing. It does not look as different. Their hand positions are different, but it doesn't really look. It looks like a normal person moving instead of that real jerky stuff. Instead of the real jerky stuff, which is why I think a lot of people have a hard time appreciating like the real old footage because it looks like they move like robots. But that's the frame. That's just the frame rate because they were cranking it with their hands. They couldn't get it to take the pictures fast enough. Versus now with it electric, it goes much faster. So you can actually take more frames. You can actually get more frames per second and make it look really clear. So man, I hate that they don't have like all that old footage refinished like that. That was really nice to look. Said Langford was similar to Roy. He's a lot bigger. He's shorter than Roy, but bigger than Roy. I think he's bigger than Roy. Bigger, like chest bigger. That's a big dude, man. Like he's 5'7", and I think he weighed in his prime like 180, between like 170 and 180. I know he's like 170 when he fought Jack Johnson. He was like 170 against Jack Johnson. But dude could fight, man. Dude could, his hand speed with that smooth, watching it smooth and watching how it landed, I was like, oh, I see this a lot better. But also, you know what another problem is comparing these older fighters to like now is that the way that it's refereed. It's a big deal. I didn't realize until I did enough research on Sam Langford that Sam Langford actually enjoyed fighting bigger fighters. He had a harder time against smaller guys than he did against bigger guys because he figured out how to fight them. But the way that Sam Langford fights bigger guys is not allowed in boxing anymore because they're so quick to break, right? Because what his thing was, he wanted to get inside and he wanted to do a lot of damage over the length, over the length of the fight and really start landing, body shots, uppercuts to the heart. He was like, he thought it was easier to beat bigger guys because there was more body right there to hit and he could wear it down and knock you out. But what started happening in fights with like Sam McVay. I think the first fight that it had might not have been Sam McVay. I think it was what's the other dude's name? Man, I hate that it's skipping my name. It's the guy that Jack Johnson said was the best fighter that he ever fought. It was another Harry Wells. Was it Harry Wells? No, it wasn't Harry Wells. Damn, I can't remember the name. Hold on a second. Man, I cannot remember his name. And it's not, I don't think it's Harry Wells. Even though he did fight Harry Wells, it was somebody else. Somebody fought a lot. I can't see it. He fought Harry Wells, Fireman Jim Flynn. Man, I can't find. It's a guy he had a draw with. Man, you know what? You know what? Crazy. That's why I couldn't get it. This dude's got like 5 pages of it. Man, what was this dude? Oh, Joe Jeanette. Joe Jeanette. That's what I was looking for. Joe Jeanette. Yeah, sorry about that. I was looking for Joe Jeanette. No, not Simmons, Joe Jeanette. Joe Jeanette is the guy. But he said that pretty much that's why he was losing to Joe Jeanette, because they kept breaking it up and Jeanette could keep him on the outside. Joe Jeanette looked kind of like a man, it's funny because he had really long arms, he had fast hands, he moved really well, but he was he's kind of a big guy. It was Sullivan's punk butt. Nah. George Foreman was one of the best. It took a great man like Muhammad Ali to beat him with wisdom and patience, which was also due to Foreman's similarity to his idol Sonny Liston, who Ali defeated. Yeah, Ali can fucking fight, dude. Like, just cut to the chase. The dude could fight, and they thought he was old, and it was just he wasn't that old. And George won, and he beat up George Foreman too. All that, he just rope-a-doped him something else. He couldn't beat that dude up. If there was an open weight class tournament for all champions below cruiserweight, who would come out on top of the current fighters below cruiserweight, Woolbag? If I had to bet money, I say, below cruiserweight, I'd have to say Arthur Beterbiev. Think Beterbiev would. Gee. Think Beterbiev would. Woolbag, Beterbiev. Anybody below cruiserweight, Beterbiev. Then that's a yeah. He's going to whoop everybody's ass. He's got a significant chance of whooping everybody's ass under that weight class. Because all you really got to do is go through what would happen with the cats at 168. You know? All I have to say is Foreman versus Lyle, hilarious. I got to look at that. Hold on one second. Hell no. What? Hell no. Somebody just sent me something from the armed forces asking me if I was interested in a great career in job security. No. I mean, I am. That's always a wonderful thing, but I ain't going to the military. My daughter ain't about to go to the military. That's for my daughter. No. Fanon, Caleb Plant versus Marcus Brown. Who you got? Marcus Brown. I got Marcus Brown over Caleb Plant. I think Marcus Brown's going to come back tough, man. I think Marcus Brown's going to come back tough. Yes, sir. I do. Next book I'm reading, though, is the next book I'm going to be reading is probably going to be Stanley Ketchel. Stanley Ketchel's an interesting dude, man. Stanley Ketchel's an interesting cat, man. I think though he did freely throw the word nigger around, That's funny reading some of this older stuff. See how freely they used to call people the N-word like in the middle of the sentence, like it wasn't shit. Like referring to them, boom. And that color line, but one dude I like though. One dude I gotta say, I think I like. John L. Sullivan is an interesting dude, man. Was it John L. Sullivan? Or was it? It might be John L. Sullivan. The guy that said any fighter that you see, if you hear any guy talking about the color line, it's because there's a black fighter they're scared of. I'm pretty sure that was him. I'm pretty sure that was John L. Sullivan that said that. And I think John L. Sullivan was also thought that the best fighter that ever picked up a pair of gloves was Sam Langford. That's how much respect I see now. Why scrapbook boxing is so big on Sam Langford, because Sam Langford gets praises from like the people that people believe are like the bedrock of boxing. For John L. Sullivan to vote you the best fighter ever, that's pretty significant, because he saw Jack Dempsey and he said Jack Dempsey said that people thought I was never scared of anybody. Jack Dempsey said, yeah, I was scared of Sam Langford. Jack Dempsey wanted zero smoke with Sam Langford. Jack Johnson ducked Sam Langford too, by the way. Ducked him. Flat out ducked him. Told everybody, yes, your boy's a trip, dude. Jack Johnson can fight, but your boy Jack Johnson was a trip. He said he was the first and was going to be the last black champion. He was not about to go fighting Sam Langford. Foreman Lyle has so many knockdowns. It was why I said it was hilarious. Great fight, extremely entertaining to this day. I gotta go back and watch it. I don't even know if I've seen Foreman Lyle. If I did, I saw it like 30 years ago. I haven't gone back and looked at a lot of old Foreman fights. So I think I'll have to do that so you can stop, so I won't feel like I got caught since you said that and I didn't remember. I was like, why would that be funny? But I guess if I had remembered the fight, I would have known. Sam Langford is a prime example of what pound for pound means. That's a bad boy. Okay? That's a bad boy. And at 5'7", I'd take him over Terence Crawford for sure. Terence Crawford can't beat Sam Langford. No. No. That's now he weighed at 170. He ain't 130. But Andre Ward beating that dude, that's gonna be really tight on him, dude. Just telling you. That'd be real tight on that. That's real tight on him beating him. That dude could crack, man. That dude could crack. And he was very fast-handed. And he was very in his, especially like in today's work, because he wouldn't fight at heavyweight now. Now, for him, I'll do that. He probably, because all the money, he wouldn't really even fight heavyweight. He'd probably be some shit like he probably could have got down to middleweight with day before weigh-ins and all this high dehydrating crap. I said Foreman versus Lyle isn't even a boxing match. Crazy. I got to go back and look, man. I'm kind of ashamed of myself. Terrence showed some Russ versus Mean Machine low key. Yeah, I mean, he keeps fighting guys that he doesn't have to prepare for. So, I mean, he is going to prepare for the fight, but he's fighting guys that he does not have to prepare for them. He says he just goes into the fight, whatever happens, happens. Because, yeah, trying to figure it out in the ring. Yeah, hey, cool. Big bucks are flexing H. I'm not sure what you mean, Tone Wilson. He said, had to go back and check that caption. What is that, Mr. Billups? What is that about? Oh, did I say something? I did say in the caption of this. Yeah, that them black apologists, dog, are the worst thing on the planet, dude. Y'all got to stop. Will you please stop? Like, I don't like to start shit. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not about all that stuff that's been going on. I'm not going to talk about it, more than my fair share. But damn, you guys got to stop apologizing for shit. being the first one to jump out there and try to downplay it. Y'all just terrible, man. Y'all make it hard to make it. You make it hard on the cats that are trying to make it happen, because, to stop, to change stuff, because you deny shit so much. You just by the very nature of you continually fucking declaring everything is imagination, you slow down the fucking process of fixing the fucking problem. I swear. If you don't got anything positive to say, shut the fuck up. Paulie. Definitely, that's Paulie's man. Just if you ain't got something positive to say, just shut up. That's why your mama told you that. Yeah, that dude. Like, man, just shut up. You know what I mean? You ain't got to give somebody your opinion about everything. This is sports. Talk about LeBron James and whether or not LeBron James is the GOAT or not. Okay, stick to that shit. Other than that, shut up. Stay out of it. If you ain't got nothing good to say, stay out of it. I ain't got shit to say good about certain subjects, and when I ain't got shit to say good about them, unless it's boxing, I don't say shit. It said what's the Brotherhood saying? Crawford is a duck. No, he ain't. Crawford's not a duck. I don't believe him. Top Rank isn't trying to make big fights for that dude, man. It's just what it seems like. They're either cheap or they're not promoting them right. Something's going on, because due to that talent, should be the biggest thing, should be one of the biggest things in boxing. I mean, why shouldn't he be? I know the beginning of it probably started with he didn't catch on early because he was out of Nebraska, and people probably didn't understand that the dude could really fight, and they just took it for granted that, he's from they just like, he's from Nebraska. Yeah, he's good, but they not gonna, you don't get all the the accolades coming out of Nebraska. But man, come on, dude. Yeah, exactly. Elkoff, what's that? Woolbag. Spence fought people with known power. Danny Thurman tests that new chin. I don't think Spence has a new chin. Why are you trying to say he got a new chin? Name one black fighter Arum had heavily promoted minus Ali. Sugar Ray Leonard. He made the Sugar Ray Leonard. I think he was also part of the Tommy Hearns and Hagler. He didn't really turn off. He did, yeah, Sugar Ray Leonard. He didn't really turn off black people till late 1980s, early 1990s. At that point in time, he shifted sideways. He moved over to Mexicans, because he was like, I can sell, not the Julio Cesar Chavez. He's with Don King, but you get my, nah, his thing was not. That's not a lifelong thing with him. That's just a business decision on his part. That's the crowd that he was going to promote to. Schmitty Schmidt, much love in that super chat. Thank you very much. Said great content. I appreciate you. Thank you. He said, "Oh, them new teeth, yeah. Dog, all them dudes got new teeth now. You don't think them dudes got teeth look like that naturally, do you? Shoot, all them dudes got new teeth now. Now, if it wasn't for that, hey, dude, I would have fought. Hey, I would definitely box if it wasn't for that. Losing my teeth, nah, I'm straight. I want to keep my teeth. All that getting punched in the mouth, though, that was not necessary. I got kicked in the jaw, and that was enough for me. Did win, but woo, that kick to the jaw. My jaw ain't right yet. 35 years later, my jaw is still not set right. After I got a roundhouse dead in the chin. It's like, man, how you miss? I took it on the chin too to look at him. Like, what the fuck? How could you miss by that much? Like, we just doing these kicks. What the fuck you doing kicking me? He's being a jackass. That dude did that shit on purpose. Didn't do it again, though. Woolbag. Crawford didn't have the balls to cross the street. So what's with okay, I'm sorry, Derek Gadney. So where's the It's Mikey come from? Oh no, you said so that's where the "it's Mikey" comes from. Yeah, good correlation. Yeah, absolutely. There you go. Now I was corrected and somebody told me, much love in that super chat there. Now somebody did tell me that, but I haven't verified, but somebody I respect said that Don King and Bob Air had a co-promotional deal with Sugar Ray Leonard. But whatever it is, man, he pushed him heavy. But he was already kind of, what's going on, Junior the Truth? But he's Sugar Ray Leonard. He's an Olympic gold medalist. When Ali, that fought and could move and was a quick fighter, when Ali, he was like perfect to follow Ali. Sugar Ray Leonard came after Ali as the next big money man in boxing. It wasn't Larry Holmes, it was Sugar Ray Leonard with the golden smile. Derek Greg, oh yep, I got that. So cool. Missing front teeth has no effect, but losing molars weakens your bite, which weakens the jaw against punches. I hope it's not the case though. From his molars. Why would he lose molars? Molars would be tough to lose in that way. Brotherhood said Spence is okay. When did everyone become neurologists and dentists? Hey man, I ain't got anything to say about it. The dude says he's cool. As far as I know, he's cool. As long as we don't have any of the other stuff that goes down, no suspect stuff. Romel Lang said Langford 178 wins, 29 losses according to BoxRec. Yes, sir. You got to take a lot of those losses off. And TK got a ton of draws and all that stuff too, because a lot of those fights were fixed. And he would and if it went to decision, he was carrying them. Now I never heard of him actually throwing a fight, but time frame, need for money, things, shit like that. Wound up having to fight the same guy a bunch of times because nobody else would fight him. So he fought Jeanette like 7 times. Some craziness like that. More than that, probably. Spence struggle, a worldwide exclusive. Oh, you're trying again. I haven't even read it. I expect that you're trying to challenge me with some type of question here. That's what my thought was from the last time you left the question. Worldwide exclusive. Spence struggled with Porter. If it wasn't for that fake-ass knockdown slip, he would have lost to Porter. All Spence struggled with Porter doing was knocking Porter's ass out. And fake-ass knockdown was a shot clear on the chin when the dude's knee hit the ground. Gloves hit the ground. Boom. Yak. Boom. That's what I saw. And I heard the sound effects. Yak and boom. The yak was that left hook right across that jaw. The boot was them gloves hitting the mat. 1. See that? 1, 2. You good? Give me your gloves. Wipe your gloves off. Going back out there and fight, son. That's a 10-8 round. That's what it is, dog. Wasn't fake. He got yacked. Just like Adrian Broner yacked him. Bop! With the same shot. Boop! Get your ass on the ground. That's maybe, you think that's why I don't want to fight Terence Crawford? Yep. Bop! Don't act like that boy didn't get slapped. He got slapped up. He carried through on that mug too. All kind of follow through on that. All kind of torque. Turned his ankle and everything. Textbook. Boop. Come on, man. No one can be whatever. No, get rid of that, dog. Don't be talking about that trying to get my channel. I can't. Can somebody delete Oscar's Spiritu up out of there? Not just the comment. Fanon, if you can build a perfect fighter, which attributes would they have? A great chin a very aggressive personality, a very aggressive approach, who is very fundamentally sound and defensively responsible with very quick feet. Yeah. And smart. And very consistent and disciplined. With a shitload of power. With a squad full of power in both hands. Yep. Because at the end of the day, that's what's going to get you going. Something like that. Somebody with ridiculous power. Like Mike Tyson type power. Like Mike Tyson type power with all shots. I don't think you need much more than Mike Tyson type of power. That'll get it done. Burtis Meredith, nah, you don't like that? What about a very balanced fighter with ridiculous power and great defense and a great chin and great heart? Wouldn't you want? Rewatch Juniper B. Rewatched Spence Porter this weekend, and Spence blocked a lot of the shots in the pocket. I had Porter winning 4 rounds, 5 most. The round he won, but the round he won were noticeable, not as close as I originally thought. No, the fight was not a close fight. That fight was Errol Spence Jr. won that fight. And Errol Spence Jr. won that. I think the cards were like 116, 111, 116, 111, and then or 116, 112, whatever it is. A couple 116s, and then the other way, somebody had like 115, 113 for Porter, if I remember the cards correctly. But something like that. 2 cards, it was a majority decision for a split decision for Errol Spence Jr. And they split the cards. 1 card went to Shawn Porter. But I thought Errol Spence Jr. won the fight. It was a tough fight. He needed to fight to win the fight, but he won the fight. Porter 112, there 15, 112, Porter 115, 116, 112, Spence, 115, 112, Spence. Okay, so that doesn't add up. Why is there 15 112s? Anyway. Unanimous to me. I mean, it's whatever you decide with you is going to be unanimous because you only get 1 vote. So it was A. I thought Errol Spence Jr. won that fight. So but the 15, I'm saying, why would it be 115, 112 and 116, 112 and 115, 112? But anyway, it is what it is. It was a good fight. Shawn Porter showed he's a tough dude. He didn't get run through, but Errol Spence Jr. did try to run through him, without a doubt. He definitely tried to run through him. Tried to run through him. I like that about Errol Spence. I like that about him. I like that in a fighter. Okay, 116, 111. There you go, Woolbag. Thank you. There you go. So that sounds about right. Spence matched every headbutt with a low blow. I got to go back and watch the fight again to see that. I know Spence did catch him and caught him some nice shots down low too. That knockdown though, I can't see how you would say that wasn't a real knockdown. Man, he got yacked and his hands went down. That's a knockdown. It wasn't a knockout. He could continue to fight, but he definitely got dropped. Spence was the nutcracker in that fight. Was he hitting him low? Because you know what that was? He said if Porter tried to get dirty, he was going to get dirty. So yeah, hey, if he did it, that's what it is. Because Shawn Porter was trying to pull something, but you said he matched every headbutt with a low blow. Every low boop, boop. Get your ass up off me with that headbutt. His trunks were up too high or up high. I mean, that's the Oscar De La Hoya effect. Once they let Oscar De La Hoya get away with wearing his shorts up in the middle of over his diaphragm, what else could they do? Everybody else started wearing shorts way up there, man. Oscar De La Hoya's trunks was so high it was crazy. They're like, yeah, you could hit there and it might be scoring, but it's still padded. He's still got a big ass bit of pad all around his midsection. That's why Spence had those face bruises, those headbutts take a toll. I mean, yeah, man, he will crack you. He will crack you. Bud Crawford versus Porter will expose Crawford. Porter will beat Bud easily. I don't know about that, man. Seriously, dude, neither one of those guys seem like. I think both those guys take a big risk in that fight. Otherwise, they may be acting more like they're interested in making the fight happen. Because right now, it doesn't seem like they're really interested in making the fight. To tell the truth, just what it is. Doesn't seem like it's high on either one of those guys' priority lists from what's been said. In the great boxing media, they go to the fights and get the interviews from people. Porter Crawford is not. Yeah, exactly, Defu. Porter's power is overrated. No, it's not. I don't think it's overrated at all. I don't ever hear anybody saying he's some big power puncher, but he goes at you. And he can crack. You ain't just going to let him get a free shot up off you. If he does that, he can hurt you. He hits hard enough to hurt you. He's just got more of that mauling. He's just got more of a mauling style. You know what I mean? Just more of a mauling style. And he does keep his head up in there. He definitely keeps his head up in there. So you're gonna catch a forehead or the top of the head. You'll catch some afro or some braids in your mouth during that fight at some point in time. I said he wasn't hitting him on the belt. He was hitting him right in the nuggets. I don't know how he was fighting through those. It's called a cup, man. It probably wasn't on him, dude. What probably wasn't on him? I don't know. I think you might be hyping that scenario a little bit. Why hesitate, though? Porter's fight, father calling Bud out. And, of course, Bud dodges another PBC fighter. He got to work his way up. Green Machine dropped him. Damn. Oh, no, man. No, he's already there. He handled Egas Calvinakis. He knocked out, man. He just walked. He demolished that dude, man. As soon as he got dropped. When he got dropped, he got serious business on him, went and got him out of there. He just went on full forward like, nah, you got to go. I'm not sticking around here with you. That's enough. I think maybe earlier in the fight, he might have been, figuring things out, setting it up, taking his usual, style, usual approach to a fighter, have a couple feel out rounds, eventually start stepping up on him, and then really go at him later in the fight. That type of thing, to the way that Terence Crawford likes to fight. But when he got bop, he was like, no. He went straight orthodox, walked straight through him. Ugas versus Crawford. I take Crawford. I see it as a much better version of Crawford, Julius Ndungo. It'll be the fight we should have seen with Crawford and Julius Ndungo. Except for now, I definitely want Ugas to get his ass knocked out. Got to get knocked out now, Doug. I favor Crawford, and I hope Crawford knocks Ugas' asses out. And I hope he knocks his ass out. Okay, I will wear a Terence Crawford t-shirt if that boy knocks Ugas out. Man, Ugas, mind your business, man. Ain't nobody ask you. Shut up. Doug, he's talking about the freedoms he gets into you. Man, shut up. Why not fight a top-level fighter? He has fought a top-level fighter. Why dodge Brook? That's a loaded question. Why not Ugas? I hope he does fight Ugas. There's no good reason to not fight Ugas. Why not fight Thurman before he calls out Spence? Thurman already said that he wants the Spence fight, and Thurman's not interested in a Crawford fight. Of all the people that I've heard Keith Thurman speak on, I hear him. He's still dismissive of Terence Crawford. He calls his belt the WB no, as in nobody wants it. So I would not hold my breath for a Terence Crawford versus Keith Thurman fight. Not at all. Ugas doesn't think he's black. Well, he needs to have a serious debate with the mirror and convince that mirror otherwise. Because I know when he looks in that mirror, he sees a Negro staring right back at his ass. What? Yes, you do. Yes, you know. Yes, you are, boy. You don't get out of that. Think this is? Did you speak Spanish? Get out of here, man. Did Ugas say something? Yes, he said racism is not something. I don't want to put anything in his mouth, so I don't have words in his mouth. I don't want to put any words in his mouth because I can't remember what the quote was exactly, but it was something dismissive, something celebratory of the freedoms he has now that he's in the United States. Tip to the hat on that. And then he says something about racism has nothing to do with the police. But, he has very poor English, so you don't know exactly what he meant. He probably meant that the police are not racist. So, and racism has nothing to do with what's going on. That's what Ugas said. That's what Ugas implied what I inferred from what Ugas said. Derek Gradney said, I hope Ugas forgets when his visa expires. There ain't no visa. Hey, Derek Gradney, ain't no visa for him. He's from Cuba. Ain't no Cuban visas. His ass is right here. He is what you call, he abandoned Cuba. No, just joking. He's a nationalized, I think he's nationalized citizen. Or he's trying to get there either way, but he ain't going back. He defected. That's what it is. That's the word I was looking for. He defected from Cuba. An island full of Negroes. Bunch of Negroes in Cuba. Bunch. And you're one, homie. What is Ugas, man? Ugas bugging, man. Text. Ugas versus Amir Khan 2. Amir Imam 2. Charlo versus Rosario is a great fight. That's one of the big fights I'm looking forward to, and I certainly hope takes place very quickly. Definitely hope that takes place very quickly. I got Charlo, but Rosario's a live underdog. I have a suspicion that it'll turn out something like LaPlante versus Jose Uzcategui, something like that. Because Rosario kind of reminds me of that, like straight, come forward, long, very strong fighter. Obviously not as big as Uzcategui. Uzcategui is 168, but kind of in that mode. Galvatron, Spence is a dangerous fight for Pacquiao. Oh, that's not for me. Man, Errol Spence is more than a dangerous fight for Pacquiao. It's damn near a guaranteed loss. He's getting his ass whooped, okay? If Errol Spence Jr. doesn't have any problems from that, from the accident, and he fights Manny Pacquiao, dude, Manny Pacquiao's going to get beat up, dude. Manny Pacquiao's going to get beat up. That's what's going to happen to Manny Pacquiao. Beat up. Believe it. He's going to get beat up. That ain't going to be a tough fight. That's going to be a knockout. That's going to be a knockout. If he's not completely drained for that fight, that's going to be a knockout. Southpaw matchup. One dude's got way more range and is busier with very good fundamental defense, who's going to catch a lot of the lead rights right on the hands and block him because he keeps his hands up. Go inside and chop that. He's gonna chop that boy down. Gonna chop that boy down. Nah. Pay-per-view worthy, yeah, I would take it. But yeah, I got Errol Spence, man. Dude, Errol Spence Jr. is 30 years old, man. Just about 30 years old. Manny Pacquiao's going to be 42. No. And that is, and also what Keith Thurman said about his fight with Manny Pacquiao, I think is telling. He said, and I believe this, shameless plug, it's in a video coming up later today. But this, I do believe that he's being straightforward when he says that his left hand wasn't all the way back ready, so he didn't feel like he could throw a left hook behind the straight right. He said he was just all he was doing was touching Josecito Lopez on the nose and then throwing a right hand. He knew that he didn't trust to come with the left hand because every time he would throw the left in training, he would hurt his hand. So he didn't feel like he could hold his hand over the fire in those fights. So more time for his hand to heal. He gets that right. He might be able to throw that left hook. If he can throw that left hook, it's something, he becomes something different. Big E, much love in that super chat. Thank you, sir. Fanon, do you find it disrespectful to Spence's body of work that pundits are calling Bud versus Spence a 50-50 when Bud hasn't proven much at 147? Well, no, I don't find it disrespectful to Spence's body of work for them to say it's a 50-50 fight. I think that's reasonable. I can see most people, though, when you say 50, they're just saying they don't know who would win. And if they don't see it, I don't find anything disrespectful to it. The people that are disrespectful to Errol Spence's record are people that say that Errol Spence Jr. is some, treat as if he's some hype job with a bunch of manic fans, blowing him up, who it was going to lose, who doesn't have a chance against Terence Crawford. I think that would be disrespectful. But Terence Crawford is a legit dude, man. I mean, he's a legit champion. The dude can fight. Everybody knows he can fight. I personally have him as my number one pound-for-pound dude in boxing. So nothing disrespectful in saying that Errol Spence Jr. is a 50-50 fight with a guy like that. Because being 50-50 with Terence Crawford, you got to think Errol Spence Jr. can really fight to even make it 50-50. Because I ain't 50-50 in with Terence Crawford on anybody else in 147 pounds. Not I. I wouldn't do it. The only person I'd give an advantage over Terence Crawford in the welterweight division is Errol Spence. I think he stops Manny Pacquiao. I think he could beat Shawn Porter in a very tough fight. He could lose, but it would be a very tough fight. If he's able to make it a blowout against Shawn Porter, then you're dealing with something different. And there's the opportunity for Terence Crawford. If he just gets Shawn Porter out of there, oh, man, come on. Nobody just gets Shawn Porter out of there. Spence would stop Pacquiao and Thurman, not Crawford, though. I mean, I don't see a knockout, but it could happen. It could definitely happen. Both those dudes knockout punchers. Both of them. Both of them. I think, Terence Crawford's got like 6-7 straight knockouts. He's knocking people out when he wants to, too, which is something else. Like, he's stepping to those dudes. And I know it's a lower level of fighter, but he really is able to just step up to them dudes and get them out of there. He is very aggressive, dude, and effective with it. D-Style Boxing. Subscribe to my man, D-Style Boxing. Excellent channel. Before you get off, go to the channel and subscribe. Much love and respect to my man, D-Style Boxing. Andre Miller said, y'all seen how Amir Khan was outboxing Canelo before the KO? Terence Crawford basically had his way with Amir Khan. Easy work. Though, Andre Miller, that word before is very interesting. Because before means until. Flip it around, it could mean if he had not been. knocked the fuck out. Okay, but he did. Why he wasn't playing with his food. Canelo Alvarez was not playing with his food. He was going to go knock that dude out. He wasn't going to try to box, just like he did with Gennady Golovkin. When he decided he didn't want to box, he just walked straight to him. He can do both. He wasn't outboxing, wasn't just outboxing Gennady Golovkin when he actually beat him in the fight. When he got the decision, he walked straight to him. That's what he did. That's what he did to Amir Khan. Walked straight to him and through him. Bow! And an ugly knockout, like knockout of the century, damn near. Like one of them. Dude, that had to be considered one of the most brutal knockdowns, man. Whoa. Brutal knockout. Only reason it wouldn't be is because it's Amir Khan and you kind of expect it. For now, Crawford does not KO anyone in the top 4 at 147. That don't mean he can't. Doesn't mean he ain't fought him. That don't mean he can't. That just mean he hasn't. Hasn't and can't are two different things. Okay? I haven't gone to the store this morning. Doesn't mean I can't. If I get up and leave this car and go get it, I can go get it. You know what I mean? Hey, man, Paul Carrick, man, much love. Thank you for the support in the super chat. He said, great show, Bison. That's what's up. Ain't you, baby. Ain't you all day. Crawford BS, Pacquiao needs to happen. What? Crawford's BS? Pacquiao needs to happen. I know you ain't talking about the Manny Pacquiao fighting Errol Spence, dude. That's a wrap, man. That's a wrap. That's just no. No. That's going to be a thumping. Okay? That would be a thumping. That ain't Adrian Bronner, dude. Okay? That ain't Adrian Bronner. No. Manny Pacquiao's not running through and knocking people out if you've not checked that out. He got a decision against Adrian Bronner. He got a decision against Keith Thurman. What I honestly do believe was an injured, a recovering, which basically means you're still injured. A recovering Keith Thurman, pretty much off of not too far off of a 2-year layoff. And he still got blasted with straight rights to the face with metronome regularity. Yak, yak, yak. He was getting his head laid into by Keith Thurman for several of those rounds. He looked too easy to hit. He looks too easy to hit. And that's not Keith Thurman. That's Errol Spence Jr. And Errol's not dancing with him. He's going to be right there, throwing punches, looking for shots. It's going to be coming. And you're 42 years old, and if you can't get him out of there, can't hurt him, and you can't keep up that pace, you can get your ass zipped. And a lot of that stuff, like the showmanship, he did a lot of showmanship with Keith Thurman too. With the, at the end of the round, dancing, moving around, kind of, stealing the attention of the judges, getting the crowd to cheer. He did a good amount of that too. He participated in that gamesmanship, which I think got him a couple rounds. Might even got me a couple rounds on my book, where I was like, well, hey, at the end of the round, only thing that really did happen was, Manny let his hands go. But that ain't happening with Errol Spence. There's not going to be all that time for all of that. You're not dumping in and out because the dude is coming forward. Thurman is not an A class anymore. I think he is. Keith Thurman's not done. Hey, much love, Avery 81st, man. Much love in that super chat. Appreciate you. Appreciate you. But look, I got to get out of here. Much love to everybody in the chat. Make sure you guys go over to KQKC Boxing coming up next. And I will be back with you guys tomorrow. Thank you guys so much for your support. Check out the videos that are coming out throughout the day. And with that, we're out. Peace.